We do it. Here we go.
All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Book Asylum podcast. I'm Jack Childress. I got my partners in crime who will always be on time. Jenn Folk now, is it?
Yeah.
Just got married.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Congrats.
Thank you. It
So
seemed like the cool thing to do at the moment.
All the cool kids are doing
all
it.
the cool kids doing it, right?
And that's how things just go wrong. Also hanging out with me today
Don't feel
is,
bad, Jack.
is the one and only Dungeondan Uebel.
Hey,
Dude, welcome in. Welcome in.
thank you.
And over to my left, I don't know where they are on your screen, but from where I'm looking, author of Wild-Eyed Southern Boys, Richard Ryan Rose, and he is joined alongside by my good buddy, his best friend, the one and only Buford, also known as Scott Adkins. What is up, Scotty?
Great to be here, Jack. Good to see you.
And also on the show, we got us a huge cast today. I just love it. The author of the King Mino series, the Great Centurion, the Punic Wars, and the Fifth Survivor series, all great reads. You should check them out. My liege, the Centurion Angelus Maximus, aka Angel Ramon. What is up, brother?
Everything feels good, man. No complaints.
Good deal, good deal. And back again to hang out with the crew, the creator of the Bad Wabbit comic book, Mr. Anthony Castro. What is up, dude?
What is up?
And our special guest this week is someone who I literally came across completely randomly for them just being such a cool person. I mean, I make mention in a simple comment on the Facebook group Books of Horror about losing a Stephen King novel in a tornado back in March of 2020. Well, this wonderful man steps in and is like, dude, I've got a spare, man. I can send it to you. And what does he do? He sends it to me. So upon discovering that he is also an author, I was like, dude, I got a podcast. We talk about books. What do you say? And he's, of course, like, hell yeah. So everybody give it up for Chris Bonner.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, Chris.
Nice to meet
What's up, Chris?
that was my plot to get here all along.
Oh, you aim low.
Hey, look.
Very low.
We need to talk about your aim here.
Let's talk about life goals, Chris.
Yeah, right.
Must have a lot of children. Your aim
If you
sucks.
count cats, I got it.
Hey.
How many cats do you have?
So I'm allergic. First off, let me just
Mm.
give my little preamble. But I have 3, which I think my family's slowly trying to kill me, but it's okay. I like them though. They're little murder machines. They just
Yes, they
sleep
are.
and murder.
Kill.
That's all they do.
Yeah, I've got my one, the little pain in my ass Domino. So God only knows what he's getting into right now. I don't even see him, and that makes me nervous. So anyway, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
I'm Chris. I live in San Diego.
Woo.
Oh, that's only 6 hours away from me.
Okay, where I don't even know where you guys are.
I'm in Tucson,
on.
Arizona.
Oh, okay, yeah. Nice.
I'm from San Diego.
Oh, okay.
What part are you in? If you want to.
So I'm like by Mission Valley kind of.
Oh, you're down in. Okay, I see where you're at.
I'm right where the Chargers used to play.
Okay.
Back when we
Yeah.
had them.
I'm glad they don't, because I don't get any of that traffic, by the way.
Oh, well, there is a benefit there.
You have no idea. Game days were nightmares.
You still got the Padres.
That's true. Well, I'm from South Florida, so I'm a Dolphins fan anyway. So I'm not like
Oh,
I don't
okay.
really like the Chargers like that.
Go
Oh,
fans.
okay.
Get
Yeah,
down with that.
I came out here after the Marine Corps. My kids are out here, so I stayed. I've always kind of been a writer. I used to rap. I mean, I still do. I wrote poetry and short stories.
I used to rap too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
almost got sponsored by Budweiser, but then I got arrested.
Hey, that
Castro, you
it
should
always
probably
boosts the
just
street
be
cred,
quiet.
right?
It worked out for Budweiser in the long run, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
They went after
They've
that
got
one-
enough
that
trouble
one
right
person, that one person.
Goodness.
Their sales would probably went down faster if I was their spot.
They probably had you arrested.
Right.
Anyway, back to Chris.
Yes.
Tell us some books you wrote, because I haven't had time to look you up. Jack pulled me
Okay,
in here
well,
unprepared.
So I wrote my first novel came out right at the end of April. It's called Bazamel. I have a copy right here.
Oh yeah,
Very cool
it's-
cover. Very
It's an
cool. cover.
awesome
That is a
cover.
very
If you're-
cool cover.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I love it.
If you're familiar with so I call it like Bible horror. Basically it's horror, but it uses like stories from first century Israel. If you're familiar with when Jesus cast all the demons into the pigs and
Yeah.
it ran into the Sea of
Yeah.
Galilee and drowned. Well, Bazamel is the leader of the demons that was cast into the pigs.
Oh, neat.
That sounds
Is he-
interesting.
Okay.
Is he a goetic? Is he one of the 72 goetic demons?
No,
Okay.
he's no. I'm not quite familiar with that, but
Well, We'll talk.
Mhm.
all right. Is it like
I got some
like
info for
Goethe?
you. What's that?
Is it like Goethe, like Mephistopheles and stuff like that?
No, we're talking like
Yes.
as Azul or not
Oh, okay.
that's blue or some crap, but it's
Careful how you
God, I
pronounce things.
can't-
You're gonna summon a demon.
I'm
today.
gonna end up
Right.
summoning something because I can't say the right. I can't. There, I have a small book that talks about them, but there's like 72 goetic demons that actually were lassoed by King Solomon, which is where the whole
Okay.
Seal of Solomon and all that stuff came from. So, like, I've got all sorts of stuff for that. That I think if you like writing that and in the Bible horror, I got stuff for you for days.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean I kind of did it like set in the New Testament world. So they
Mhm.
were
Okay.
they were dealing with, I mean I it's pretty gory. Which I'm
Nice.
sure,
It should be. Yeah.
Nice.
I've been drawing some pictures in them too.
Yeah, see, I was telling the
Oh,
guys about
yes,
that
oh,
before the show, man.
Let me
This
see.
is some cool
Awesome.
stuff.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Nice.
I like it. I like it, man.
That is
But,
beastie, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like-
like Anthony because
Yeah, it looks
Anthony's
great,
out
man.
comic book.
I don't even know what I was looking at.
Uh,
Oh no,
He's
it's all
got the look.
good.
He's got it.
he's got
It's
the look. Yep.
happening.
It's happening. It's happening.
What happened?
Somebody may or,
brownie.
Brownies
somebody
might be
may have had a
cooking.
brownie earlier.
It's
Oh.
unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed.
Choking on the
Can't-
I
crumbs so
think I'm almost
much.
diabetic. I get a little loopy when I eat too much sugar. Yeah.
Mhm.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Way to cover.
Yeah, good
We
job.
we swallowed that one down, Rich. Don't worry.
Mhm.
We almost
yeah.
choked on it too.
So now, where did you get the inspiration for that book? Were you just sitting around one day and went, "Huh, what if?"
Well, I always kind of thought, like, what the hell happened to the guy that owned 2,000 pigs and all of his pigs drowned? His whole livelihood is lost. There's
That is
nothing.
an excellent question.
Damn, it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It really
Yeah,
is.
maybe.
Because that was everything back then.
Yeah, to him it would have been, his entire livelihood, his family's livelihood. And what happens to demons after they drown? I don't think a demon's gonna die. If demons are fallen angels, they're
Yeah.
bad motherfuckers. They're not just gonna drown.
No,
Like-
you're right. Mhm.
That is true.
So, the Bazamel wants his own. He wants his own apostleship. He wants to be a Messiah.
Mm.
Ah.
Oh.
He
Spiraled out
wants
of
to
control
take over
from
the
there.
world and be the new
He's
God.
got-
I guess.
High aspirations.
Yeah.
They all do,
Well,
don't they?
I mean,
So have you looked
Think so.
into getting it onto Audible yet?
I would like to. I have some equipment and I want to just try to read it myself, maybe. And then,
That's bold.
Yep.
It's a good project, though.
Mhm.
It's a good.
yeah, I'm hoping to be practicing, but reading it to your kids and then reading it on the thing with different voices and everything is different, you know. So
Yeah, I can imagine it's gonna be hard.
Well, it's like with Richard when he went to find his narrator for the Wild Eyed Southern Boys series. He went through quite a few voice actors and narrators until he finally found the right one. So it's tricky to get somebody that can sound like you want your book to sound.
right.
And you need
Yeah,
an actor. You need a good voice actor, not just some narrator that all they do is just read the manuscript in the old monotone fashion.
Yep.
Yeah, that could kill a book.
Yeah, it's like,
Mhm.
like reading in like reading in like a manual. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So I mean, some like have you guys ever heard William Peter Blatty read The Exorcist?
I haven't heard it. No.
So he reads his own book. I mean, it's on Audible. I think it's on YouTube. But yeah, he does a fantastic job. His voice is perfect for it.
Okay.
I might add
dark
that to my
and
library
gritty.
then.
Yeah, I'm thinking
You
the
don't
same
realize
thing.
he's reading his own novel. Yeah.
Well, hell to the yeah.
Not like
Okay.
that, but I
Yeah.
trying to do the voice stuff, not but yeah, that's it's cool that you have so much like opportunity and so much choice out there from how you can tailor the things to what you want, audible wise.
Mhm.
Because a bunch of people can try out too.
Mhm.
Now, what's the process of picking a narrator or voice actor? Richard, you'd probably know, right?
Yeah.
Just
Well,
yeah.
you can.
Do they submit like samples?
Yeah, what you do is you put together an audition script. You just take a piece of your novel that you want to use. I usually pick one where I have like a multitude of voices to switch to, or I've got several characters talking. So I usually pick out a good section of that, and I post it as an advertisement on ACX, and I also posted it on Upwork.com. And I got in a slew of recordings. It'll send you a sound file of them recorded doing your audition script, and you choose who you want from there.
Yeah, Chris, if you want to get some voice actors, definitely check out Upwork. I use Upwork for everything I do, and I find some really awesome people on there.
Okay.
ACX and Upwork.
Yeah.
I definitely heard ACX.
Yeah, I found mine on Upwork.
Well, Chris, if you do it yourself, have you picked software for you to do it on yet?
I have Pro Tools. I have Audacity.
Audacity
like,
is what I
decent mic
recommend.
and an interface.
Yeah, it's so simple to use. It's really easy to cut and paste, and that's what I used when I did podcast, just vocal.
Okay, the editing seems really simple. I did
It is.
something for school with that.
And YouTube has like a ton of how-to videos for Audacity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Audacity.
yeah.
Audacity is much more simple for something like that than Pro Tools.
Hmm.
If you really don't know your way around Pro Tools, you'll have a hard time with the editing there. It's so powerful that you can get lost.
Yeah, but
Mm.
Pro Tools, I think, has the option to change your voice pitch and stuff, which might help.
Oh, absolutely. Audible
Right.
does too, but it's not. It sounds like a bad voice effect from the
Yeah.
90s or something.
Exactly. Well, it's free. What do you expect?
Yeah. I have a little Pro Tools, not too much. Like I've done like music, but I can't like mix it down. Like
So you write, you draw, and you do music.
Multi-talented.
Trifecta.
Yep, the hat trick. Yeah, you gotta love it.
Marines never sit still, do they?
no, I definitely don't. I definitely don't.
No, that's good, man.
I kind
Well,
of just
so
always
Chris,
go
I
where
wanted to ask you.
whatever I'm feeling at the time.
So
What
I
was
wanted
that?
to ask you. So what was your inspiration to write, man? Where did you get your inspiration from?
What made you
To
start
start
wanting to write?
writing,
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I wrote something in school. Like I said, I used to do like battles, and I used to be on this independent small record label in like
Okay.
2011, 2012. So I was used to do that. I've always kind of written poetry when I was like depressed or something, or some girl, broke up with me, which was all the time. So got a lot of experience.
Yeah.
But I was
Nothing wrong
writing
with that.
something for a college class, and my professor really liked it, and she said that I should submit it to she when she told me, she was like, oh, you should submit it to the New Yorker or the Atlantic. Like, she didn't tell me that this is like the most prestigious, like she probably set me on like a course of just getting rejections from places I wasn't good enough for after that. But
Right.
I started to like telling stories, and I started like wanting to read again at that time. I read a lot when I was a kid, and then when I was in the Marine Corps, I didn't read shit. I just drank, and then so I started reading again, and yeah, like I love. I mean, I'm going to school for. I just got a bachelor's for literature and writing. Like I want to just read books and talk about books, or like I want to do that if I can. So I'm going to school to teach that and write. So I figure that'll put me in the best position to just be emerged. I can't even talk. Submersed in words.
Take your time.
And, yeah.
Good time.
Hell
I
yeah.
like that plan.
but-
That's a really good plan. I
is.
really, I think that's probably one of the best ways that I've heard to be submerged in literature, just to be there.
Yeah, I guess you say this
I-
is our version of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
every week we got a new author.
We don't need a
we're bringing
bachelor's
back
for
up-
this.
We're just out there just talking books every Saturday right here on this show, and
Right.
I
That's
just love it.
incredible.
And and I'm a lot like you as far as the path you went on. In that, when I was a kid, I was a voracious reader. You always saw me with a book of some kind, and then I got into my 18, 19, 20, and it faded away, and I was just more into partying and running around doing all that. And then years went by, wound up in the hospital, couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. And a friend suggested that I go on to Kindle, and he knew this author, Mark Tufo, who had the Zombie Fallout series. He said, man, the first book's free, man, just go get it. And so I did. And next thing I knew, I just started getting back in the groove, and now we're here. So
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
it's amazing
yeah.
what the written word can do to somebody. I mean, it just, once you fall in love with it, it's for life, man. It's just the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt.
I would have never thought, 3 years ago that I'd be where I am right now, writing and doing comics and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud of you, Anthony, man, for real.
I appreciate that, man. It's been a long, long road.
So
Mhm.
how did it feel when you got that very first copy of your book sent to you, and you pulled it out of the box and you were
Oh.
holding it?
It felt really good. It was like a big book too. I was excited because I like those big books from Barnes and Noble. Those big like
Mhm.
paperbacks. So I read it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh damn, this is the perfect book I like to read. So it's kind of
How many
all those
words
things are
in it?
surreal. Like you
Yes.
something happens and then you want to like reflect on it and think about
Yeah.
it, and you don't really know
What's the word count on
You
your?
kinda- right.
I'm sorry, I didn't
You
mean
kind
to
of judge your. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I cut you off like 3 or 4 times. Just keep going. I'll ask. you.
Oh, no. I think it's the headphones. They're like hypersensitive, and I'm usually deaf. So, my right ear is fucked from not using earplugs ever, shooting guns,
Oh,
and these headphones are just super sensitive. Sorry. But yeah, it's sort of surreal, like, because sometimes things happens and you don't really have emotions. You kind of like, maybe that's me. Like I kind of like try to like think about it when things happen, but then how do you? I don't know. There's so many different steps to it, that they're really cool along the way, and it's like I'm going to talk to somebody about the book in the near future, and I never thought I'd have like an event where I could like be there and people are talking to me about my book, or you know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Or some kid from Romania wanted to read it, and he was all interested in biblical fiction. That to me was sick. I felt way way better, like by somebody that read it and told me they read it and was excited than holding it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Are you planning on getting it in hardback or hardcover? Maybe trying to get it in bigger bookstores like Barnes and Nobles and stuff like that.
So there are hardcovers on Amazon.
Okay.
I have a few. I have a box like right now that I'm shipping out in my house. That's one of the reasons I was sending out hardbacks, because I have to smuggle out books because of all the books I have in my car. More bookshelf space, and they're probably just gonna fall on me one day and kill me. But
That's what does you in
That's
finally.
me with that wall behind me right there. It's just going to
Yes.
collapse one day while I'm asleep and just take me out.
And by the way, that wall up there is all independent books. No traditionally published books, right, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
oh damn, okay.
Yeah. It started off as just a goofy thing where I'd want a book from an indie author, and I was like, I'm going to frame this thing, because she signed the cover and all that. So I framed it, then I hung it, and then when I started doing these shows, there was like one or two hanging up there, and people started contacting me. It's like, dude, how do I get up there? How do I get up on that wall? And I'm like, just send me a book. And then I'd buy the frame and hang them up on the wall. I'd call it, I'd have a hanging every Saturday, and now it's a monster.
I didn't. My blind ass didn't even know those were books.
Yep. Sure enough, it's got the big, like what do you call it? Shadow box frames. I get them off Amazon, and as long as that book fits in there, it goes up on the wall. And the fun part about it is I can move them around. I can change how it looks just from one time to the next. And like, for example, if I had a copy of your book, it would be in that frame right there over my shoulder right now. Because if I have a book by the author that we're going to have on, I move their book, to a prominent position.
Okay.
Sometimes the author has to remind them to do that, though.
Yeah,
Shut
because he sits there and talks about changing his wall. It does never change.
It does. It does. That's why Ricky Fleet's over here now. And one of Angel's books is over here now. James Watts was up there. He's there now. So mess with me.
So I ran across 3 books, and they're biblical horror as well. But
Okay.
I kind of found them a little tame. And the problem, I'm going to show you the cover on my phone here. I can't say the author. That's why. But let's see if you guys can see that.
Oh, yeah.
Is there too much gloss on it?
It's an interesting
No, I
cover.
think
Let's come up into our
It's a
windows.
really cool, and it's biblical times, but it's not necessarily with any biblical people. I mean, you'll hear a name here or there, or the characters are in a certain location. But this one death has come up to our windows was actually the better of the 3. So when I was doing my last book search, I ran across your book, and I didn't realize it was you that wrote it, but the cover was so cool. Now that I know it's biblical horror, I think that's going to be my next purchase.
Oh, cool.
Especially
Cool.
if you're saying it's gory, bloody, and that's my thing.
I
Yep.
I was
Dungeondan likes that kind of stuff. So
it's pretty gory. It has some parts that are pretty. I was kind of like I was nervous for my grandma to read it. But there's a lot worse. I mean, there's a lot. I don't say worse in like a poor book way, but like just there's a lot worse out there. Just brutal as fuck. That's worse.
Oh,
than
I've got one hanging up
Oh,
behind
yeah.
me back here that a certain author who we call Merrill David wrote,
yes.
called Fester. And you
Okay.
can get through, if you can get through chapter 10, you a bad
That's what
mofo.
you're going to say. Chapter 10. It's
That
a
chapter-
splatterpunk.
Yeah,
It's a
full
splatterpunk
blown.
book.
And I can usually read anything and be fine. And that just about made my knees buckle. That was tough. So I'm pretty sure I could handle what you got.
Oh yeah,
But
no,
we-
I'm
He says that to every guy. Don't take it personal. Come on, Jack. You ran right into it headlong.
Face first.
Yeah, he did. The way he likes it.
You keep serving them up. I'll keep hitting them out of the park.
So were those novels like were they written with like a Christian message? Are they
and no offense if yours are, but I'm not
No,
really
no.
into the religion thing. So not
Right.
having that, pushed into my face made it more enjoyable. I just found them a little dry. It's a zombie book, but it really didn't go as far as you would in a zombie. It was more about the people than it was the zombies. They're good books. I mean, I bought them all and I read them all. I just found it a little dry, so I kind of walked away from that type of genre.
Gotcha.
But I think I'm going to give yours a try. That way, next time you're on the show, I'll either bust your balls or tell you how fucking awesome you are.
Cool. Either way, I'm ready.
Hell to the yeah.
If you like zombies, there's a lot of zombie-esque. They're not zombies, but you'll see.
Well,
My
I'm
go-to for
also
zombies
like
is
a good
always
demon
Crystal
story.
Brook.
A good demon story, a good possession story.
Yeah.
And those are kind of hard. So when you come across them, that's gold.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I'm
Absolutely.
kind of curious as you went about writing this. Did you do any background in demonology, the Gnostics, the Book of Enoch, that sort of thing, or where did you get your background info on all this?
Okay, so I didn't go to church when I was little, but I was like a born again Christian,
Right.
like when I was about to get out of the Marine Corps, and I'm a very like hyper focused person. I was studying to do like New Testament research or something like that. That's what I wanted to do. So I was reading like theologians, I was reading Bible commentaries and stuff. So a lot of the background information came with that. I'm familiar with the Book of Enoch. I'm familiar with like the apocryphal gospels, like the Kabbalah stuff.
Yeah, I got that book.
I'm familiar with most of like, and I try to be with like Moloch and Baal and like the Philistine gods and the stuff like that, and the pre-Canaanite ones, because some of it ties together. And I wanted the demonology and everything to kind of tie into like an overall like theological narrative, not because it's a Christian book, because it falls into the rules of theology. And
Right.
part of the purpose for that was to get that shit out of my system. I am an apostate. So I don't subscribe to the religion, but also I didn't want to like portray it in a way that was lazy, or I'm not just going to put these characters in there and just not and just make them doing something entirely out of any perception that we've ever had of it. You know what I mean? So there are like people from the Bible, but they're not it's not like we're trying to save your soul. It's
Right.
first century and
But you want it believable, right?
What's up?
But you want it believable, relatable, like to the characters and stuff, right?
Well, yeah. Like if you're a demon and like how do demons view God? I love that whole like Paradise Lost thing where the devil's kind of lamenting like the servitude and just his he can't do shit because God controls everything.
Right.
So it's that's part of like the demons. Whatever, like their banter back and forth. Like, why do you even try to defy? Like, we're just fucking done. We're going to hell anyway. But written a little better. Yes. I could edit that one. Yeah.
So in doing that, did you look at Lewis's Screw Tape Letters? Because that's the first book that comes to mind from a theological standpoint.
I love the Screw Tape Letters. I read that. I love Lewis. Not so I haven't read his books in a long time, but Screw Tape is awesome. That Screw Tape. I'm a big Exorcist fan, and Legion, of course. But it's also tough to do demons and do things that aren't just every other demon thing, It's the reason all those things like the vampire stuff is so, because you can do it and it's just, oh, this is every other fucking vampire I've ever read, so you're always having it in the back of your mind, like, how do I make this not everything else.
Just don't make them sparkle.
No, God, no.
Oh my God.
Sparkle
If
with
somebody
blood.
does sparkling demons, I'm out.
I just to warn you ahead of time, Dan, I don't know if you've read any of the book that you hassled me about for 3 years to write. But
I'm taking a page out of your book, Richard.
yeah,
I'll get to it in about a year.
Oh,
Where is Damien?
Mm-mm. Shots fired.
my vampires do sparkle.
Dungeon.
Then they
Dang.
burst into flames. They burst into flames after they sparkle. Okay, it's not just they sparkle and just
Okay, sparkling because you're an ember is one thing.
They're flaming vampires.
They're flaming vampires. Yeah.
Oh, the theme of the day,
Oh,
Jack.
Mhm.
Scott's hitting it. You got to be on every show now.
Every fire starts with a spark. That's all I'm saying.
And for no other reason, it's to be Richard's handler.
Richard, I am getting to the book. I'm sorry. I've been working on the short story. I was hoping to get it done so I can get into the next word peddler.
Mhm.
I'm not sure it's going to happen, man. I'm still just rewriting chapter 2.
Well, damn.
Well, I got better
Be like that
ideas.
sometimes.
When's it gonna come out, Dan?
Probably in about 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
That's just the short. The book, who knows?
Crazy. So Richard was asking earlier, and we didn't get around to it. What was your final word count on that book?
About 140,000
Woo,
ish.
It's a long book.
that's a big one. That
I didn't think-
that thing will be a damn good audio book, because you get up in that kind of a word count. You're talking like what, Richard? You're Wild Eyed Southern Boys. Hell, it was like 18 hours, of just listening time.
How many words was yours?
About 170, a little shy of 170,000.
And that's 18 hours. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great books.
Jack enjoys those really long books, don't you?
Oh yes, especially with an audio book, because that's something, especially if you're driving a lot, you've got plenty of content to listen to versus listening to a novella that might be 3 hours long,
Not just
Oh,
not
yeah.
just that, Jack, but he likes the thick paperbacks.
Feel like you're holding something, something substantial, or something I can
Yeah.
whack somebody's ass with if I have to.
Come on, Jen, it's your turn. That's
Them door
2.
blocks.
2 that just got passed by. Angel
Yeah,
served
but
about.
you set
can't.
yourself up.
I
You set
can't.
yourself up for that one, Jack, right?
I'm trying to behave.
Stop
Oh,
trying. Married life doesn't mean you're dead.
That's not what I've heard.
Well, a year or
Only from the
two.
waist
Oh,
down.
Oh,
That's more fun, to be honest.
Well, then I'm really screwed up already.
Yeah, but
You're
Jennifer
doing
does
it all
something
wrong.
Marriage. It's all
that
honeymoon.
was true.
It's all honeymoon for that first year of marriage. After that, it's. Well, no, I take that back.
I mean,
First
I was gonna
marriage-
say we've been together 8 years. I mean, it was just
Yeah, I mean, you know each other really well, so
I already know he annoys me.
so you're already used to it.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Chris doesn't know me. I didn't want to just start flying off the handle right away.
Oh, you're not gonna offend me. I don't give a damn.
Oh no, you're a Marine. I understand that.
Yeah, he
Thank
can
you for
take it
your
off.
service, by the way.
You're taking all.
He takes
And-
all of it.
What was your MOS? What's your MOS, Chris?
I heard that about you.
All right,
At
Chris.
least
Richard's
it's-
going all military on us. He wants to know your MOS.
Oh my, I was a wireman. I was in comm in an
okay.
artillery unit.
Oh, yeah. I did. I was artillery in the Army.
Oh, okay. When were you in?
I came in 1989. I was Army National Guard and field artillery, then 3 years in Army Reserve as civil affairs, and then I went to the Air Force for the remainder of my career and retired.
Oh, okay, cool. The 198s. You shot 198s.
No, 109s.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about houses here for those of you non.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, I
Boomer.
totally knew what you were talking about.
cool.
Big boomers.
That's why we don't hear shit.
Yeah,
Huh?
I
What?
have a 9mm. That's bad enough. That's- I can't imagine anything with 3 digits.
Well, I guess that brings up a really,
A little bit louder.
I guess that does bring up a really important question though. What was your favorite crayon to eat?
Forest
Yep,
green,
I know we got-
because I
Forest
just wrapped it on my
Forest
trousers.
green.
Oh, you went right for the rare one.
I was
Attaboy.
waiting for him to bust my balls about being in the Air Force to pull out the crayon.
Jack beat you to
No.
It's a badge of honor. I eat a crayon every year on November 10th.
That's my birthday, by the way. I share a
That's
birthday with.
that's my birthday
Marine
Is
Corps
it?
and the Marine Corps
No,
birthday.
really?
Yes.
And Big Pun's birthday. Fun fact.
Look
Well,
at that. Birthday
bring-
brother.
That's how they got me. That's how they got me. They're like, "Oh, your birthday is November 10th. You're meant for this shit."
Yeah.
That's- and before I had my first child, I wanted to be in the Marine Corps. So
I
was
wanted a
even-
fucking beanie.
I
Yeah.
wanted to be in the, I even started early at 14, keeping my room pristine. I had a pristine, clean room. My bed was made and they were like, "Oh, you have asthma and you're pregnant. Sorry, you can't come in." I was like, "Oh shit." Not at 14. That was at 17.
Wow, big difference, Jen.
I was gonna say they were
Hey,
taking
it's
them
a-
awful young.
Listen, it's amazing what 3 years will do for you.
Yeah, it went from child. Never mind. We're not going down that
Yeah.
road on this show. That's for the padded
Keep going,
room.
keep going.
That's for the green room, buddy.
Yeah, I always say if people could actually hear the conversations that go on
Oh.
before the show,
Oh,
that would probably be gold in its own right. I mean, geez, we
that
have no
was like
shame.
I'm
bloopers.
glad we don't record those. Let me just say.
Like the-
News
I
Flash,
can
we
deny
do.
everything. I can
We
deny
need a blooper
everything.
reel. Of course, I mean, I have a blooper reel and we're always on live. And every time one of us screws up or says something really stupid, it's there for everybody to see.
And we definitely call each other out on that.
Even though it's usually me.
Yeah. That is also true.
But you take it like a man.
he
That's all
likes
good.
it.
In the future, what we're going to see in the future from you, Chris?
Say that again.
What do you have working on? What are you working on right now, or what can we expect to see from you in the future?
I'm working on a couple things. I have a couple different ideas. I have like 2 tentative novels and a bunch of short stories to put together, and it's just kind of when I'm gonna do that. Because I don't know if I've been turning things in to get approval too, and I just finished school, so I've kind of after the novel, I took a little bit of time off to kind of read more and think about what I was going to work on next, and not overdo it with school and everything. But
Well,
I'm
you're
not
Total
sure.
opposite of me. I got like 5 things going on all at once right now, and I'm gonna wind up combining them all together by accident. It's gonna be a train wreck.
I think
Right,
you're lying.
right,
It's more
that's-
like
yeah.
10 things at one time.
Okay,
Jack cannot focus at any one point on anything. It's projects all over the place.
all over
Which
the place.
I'm
makes
like
him
that
good
too.
for them gangbang videos. Just saying.
There's the Jen we know.
There we go. Shots fired.
Finance is a wonderful ADD drug. Trust me, I know from experience.
Look, I didn't mean for that to go to you, by the way.
It was interesting. I'm just saying.
Oh, and that one guy, he's an actual gymnast. Just saying.
An actual
I've never seen a man do that before.
I don't ever want to see that.
So, Chris, you got lots going on.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you.
Yeah.
You got your family. Yeah, you're a family man. Is it hard for you to find time to sit down and actually write? Is that something that is like a struggle for you? Is that one of your things you struggle with? I struggle with it because I've got kids and all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm just asking as a fellow author, you know.
I definitely have to find ways to force myself to do it, especially doing it like on my phone late at night or something, and not
I haven't
being
tried
as
that.
as hard on myself when I like don't write. So I definitely feel that it's I'm pretty mobile too because my kids live far, so when I'm mobile back and forth, so a lot of times I'll have like a few hours in like a coffee shop in the morning, but it's
Yeah.
to say it shortly like I should have.
So now, with you saying that, you have a lot of driving around, have you thought about maybe getting that voice to text technology and using that and like just write your book verbally as you're riding around?
I've done notes that way, but I've never thought of like composing the actual narrative. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, a friend of ours, Javin Bonds, I think he's got MS. He's wheelchair bound. He's mostly blind. Hearing's really bad. And he uses, was it Dragon Speak? Isn't that what it's
Dragon
called?
Naturally
Think
Speak.
so, yes.
Yeah, I heard of
Yeah.
that.
It's a good program. Once it learns your voice, it doesn't make as many mistakes. It's just that initial setup. But the software learns your way of talking.
Is it? Where do you? Is just an app? Or
Well,
is
it's
it part
probably
of
an app
Word?
now, but when I bought it, it was an actual program. You installed it on your computer,
You
but
can get
that
it.
was long ago.
Yeah, you can get the Dragon to Go software on your iPad or your cell phone, but I don't think it's as good as the regular downloadable version. It
Definitely
doesn't
something-
work for me. I mean, I'm just not very good at it.
Yeah, I tried as well, but I got a speech impairment, so my words
You
don't
do?
come out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was no, seriously. Yeah, I was younger. I had a speech impairment. I had to get that taken care of.
Well, English is a second language for me. I was
Pretty
born-
much.
I was raised speaking Appalachian American.
Yeah.
I learned English when I went to the military.
Wait, is that something real?
I
Oh,
just
hell
speak
yeah,
straight
it's-
redneck.
It's real as shit.
Don't y'all be asking me no stupid questions like
I
that.
speak Florida, man.
Mhm.
Big Florida.
So, we're talking about the Dragon Speak and, doing something like that. Is there anything, technology wise that you use to help with your writing, with your editing, say like Grammarly or anything like that? Use any of those programs?
I don't use any of those. Pretty much just Google Docs.
Okay.
I like editing.
Said no one ever.
Except for this fucking Fruit Loop.
It's always like an irrational. It's always like an irrational fear of mine that someone will find something that I've written and not edited yet, and that'll be like how I go out, but yeah, I like just being done with it and not having it look, what I consider like bad in the rough draft. You know what I mean? Like I like the feeling of making something that's ugly into something that I consider pretty enough when it's published that I'll consider ugly 30 days after that. But yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can literally get trapped in a chapter. Like I can't get out of this chapter. I need to move on to the next one, but I'm stuck here because I keep seeing things that I think could be better, and I keep screwing with it. So it took me, I don't know, a couple of months or so to write a 5,198 word short story
Yep.
because I couldn't quit messing with it.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's it's crazy. Shirley Jackson wrote The Lottery in like 3 hours. And then you got people that have written other great short stories that they took 2.5 years to compose. It's the story is you're gonna pick at it and it's gonna pick at you, and then one day it'll fucking come and the story will tell you where to go or whatever, all that magic shit that Stephen King used with the cigar and the pot belly.
Damn. So now, as you've been going through the writing process, becoming a published author now and going forward like that, what are some things you still struggle with?
We may have lost Chris.
He has become a photograph.
Yeah.
I got the black
Marine,
screen.
just that disc-
Oh,
There
there
we
you
There
go.
he is.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, here I am. Okay.
Yeah, we had a nice
you
side
guys
profile.
froze, and I was moving on mine.
Mm.
It's our fault.
Totally. Gotta be.
It's Jack.
The question was, what do I struggle with?
Yeah, what are things that even now still give you fits, if there are any things?
I still feel bad that I don't have as much done as I would like to. I feel like and it's not like jealousy, but like when you see your friends doing well and like putting out a bunch of stuff, and you're kind of like, well, damn, like if I wouldn't have done A and B, X and Y, I would have this many books, or I would, I would be farther along with whatever. So, that's just kind of discontentment, I guess, right?
Mhm.
Like you want to be contentment, and you want to be like I'm not like owed anything, and really struggling with if somebody says something bad about something I write. Like there's a song with Tech9 and Kendrick Lamar, and one of the last lines he says, "Because I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit." Like the whole song is about people like talking about his things and getting like butthurt. And I really try not to. Like if somebody says if somebody doesn't like it, I try not to get butthurt, but like I probably will. And that I don't know. I don't know if that's like arrogance or if it's like just I'm like attached to it or something. But
It's attached.
I'm going to say that's what I go with, because like I wrote Domino. I'm super happy with Domino, but the moment I let somebody start reading it, I'm just like, just freaking out about it. Like, dude, you liked your story. What are you freaking out about? It's like, because they might not like it. Like it's a weird pressure, man. It's a really weird pressure.
Yeah.
Domino's a cool story, man. I love that story.
I need a copy,
And-
by the way. You need to shoot me a copy of that, Jack. I still don't have it.
I can shoot it to you.
Okay.
I'm kind of facing that anxiety myself because I'm about to release my very first published anything, it's my comic book. And Chris Philbrook, he read it, he edited it, he said it's great. I've got the PDF and I read the whole thing like 20 times last night, and it was great. I thought it was cool. But it's like when I put it out there, I'm like really, I'm like, are you gonna like it? Are they gonna like it? And if they say they don't, it's like, crushing blow.
Right.
I think it'll be all right. I think it's, it's pretty good.
I think
Now,
a
do
better
you-
way to think about it, guys, is not everybody's going to like it.
No,
And you just have
Right.
to, you have to,
You're
you just
not
have to live
made
with
for
that.
everyone, and everyone
Oh,
is
yeah.
not made for you. And being a Scorpio, sir, you should not be given two shits at all. I mean, trust and believe. I care, but I don't.
So it's weird because I don't, if they tell me they don't give, if somebody tells me something that's fucked up or like, fuck you, or they get butthurt with me and I see that, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But
I guess
if
it might be
don't
how they
know-
say it. Maybe it's how they say it.
Well, no, like if I don't know whether somebody feels like that, that gives me anxiety. If
Oh
I'm,
no, I don't.
if
I don't
somebody-
care.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a problem with them. It's not us.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm pretty divisive.
Problem
Like
with them.
people either really like me or can't.
Yes.
Or they start off as one and drift into the other.
Yes. Yep. Been there, done that.
Yeah, with me, they generally start off like, "Oh, this is a really nice guy," and then 3 hours later, God, he's strange.
The engine's on fire and the plane's just spinning.
And we're going down.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty good description of Jack.
Yeah,
I'm
Really
I'm
is.
bad like in like in school, you know, I'm a little older, and so I'll probably cuss more or say stupid shit. And whenever I feel awkward, I'll say like the dumbest thing that could possibly be said. It's like I have this toggle switch, and I pick the worst one, and it just flies out of my mouth. But I guess it works.
It's all how it comes out. If you throw a couple hand flourishes in with a weird smile, they think you're a jokester. That's how I've got around.
Yeah.
Ask any of these guys.
He's not lying.
No, he's not.
Not lying at all.
That's the crazy thing.
Well, now as we're getting
got a
down here,
morbid-
go ahead.
Oh no, I said
No.
I got a morbid sense of humor too. So it's like I was buying a car, and the lady opened the trunk, and I'm like, you can fit a lot of bodies in there. My girlfriend's looking at me like,
Yes.
That's exactly
Isn't
what I
that
would have
what the
said.
trunk space is for?
That's what you
The first
think,
thing out of my
right?
mouth.
I could
Yeah.
fit a shovel in there too.
Yeah. Yes. Where's my cement gonna go?
Have you guys ever seen that thing where it's you get to buy 3 things from the store to make the cashier uncomfortable? What do you buy?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is freaking hilarious.
My favorite is pulling the girl
story.
card when I get the cement. My favorite is pulling the girl card and like, can you walk this out for me? And the shovel's in the back, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm Sicilian. I have a Sicilian tattoo, you know, all this stuff. And I'm like, mind your business. Just throw it in the trunk, please.
Capiche?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers
Me
to.
and Paulie
okay?
are going upstate.
Yeah. Don't.
Yep.
Yeah. I got Uncle Izzy asked me for this, and I have to come through. I'm just saying.
Well, hey,
Hey.
what do you like to do when you're not writing? What are some hobbies you have?
I like music. I like basketball. I love reading. I'm not very good at basketball, but I try, and I put a lot of work into it.
Hey, that's nothing wrong with
Well,
that.
I heard white men can't jump, so I mean, there you are.
Yeah,
I
can you
can't. I
dunk?
can't even touch the rim. Shit.
Dang.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Same here.
I'm not a spring chicken or a fall rooster for that matter. So
It really
I'm,
sucks when you come back down and you sprain an ankle or break a bone.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, all I did was jump. I did that playing volleyball. All I did was jump, and it was sand volleyball, broke a bone in my foot. I'm like,
That
damn it.
your mind wants to do things. Your mind tries to tell your body to do things that your body was once able
Your
to do.
body's like, nope.
Your
we're
body's
not
like, who the
doing
fuck
that."
are you talking to?
Yeah.
Right?
Excuse me, sir.
Better check yourself.
It's like you can daydream about it, but don't actually freaking do it.
Yeah, reminisce.
Well, guys, we are starting to come to the end of this show. Chris, thank you so much for coming on with us today. The way I like to wrap these things up, do it every single week. I'm going to go around the room. I want everybody to tell the viewers out there where they can find them, how they can connect with them, and let them know what it is they're going to be getting if they do connect with you. So let's start off with our one and only, I'm still going to say, Jenn Folk. Amato, tomato, potato, Amato.
That Folker over there.
Yeah, you bad mother Folker. Right there. There she is. Where can everybody find you?
Well, you can find me under my former name, Jenn Amato Author, on Facebook. You can find me at jennamatoauthor.net. You can find me on Instagram at Jenn Amato Author. I have a bunch of different places. It'll probably lead you down a nice little rabbit hole, and good luck. My second book just came out May 30th. I'm working on my third book, and I'm about 11,000 words in. So yes.
Rolling right along.
Rolling. I like to hear it.
Nice. All right, my liege. Tell everybody where they can find all your great stuff.
Well, you can find me on Amazon. Look up Anxious Maximus for my historical fiction, or Angel Ramon for my zombie fiction. Last week, I released this bad boy, Theme with those
Oh,
Spies.
yeah.
And
Love that cover.
I know,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, it's
It's a
really
good
awesome.
cover.
It just
Yep.
pops.
Yeah.
Yep, Jack and
Yep.
Jen, I'll be mailing your books on Monday. So
Grassy ass.
Grassy ass for sure. I'll be
Mhm.
ordering my frame today, so it'll already be here when the book arrives.
How about that
Awesome.
rat story, real quick?
oh no, yeah, I was
Rat
about to get-
story.
Rats.
Yeah, I was about- I was
Looking
about
forward to
get that.
this.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
this is your short.
Yeah,
Not
Oh.
anymore.
but it's evolved into a full novel.
No
Oh,
way.
Yep.
And
yeah,
I
so
am editing on it
tell.
right now.
Are
I
you?
will. Yes.
Mhm.
Jack is reading it now, editing it. It's all done. At least the first draft is done. So hopefully we can try to get it accelerated to a late June or early July release. I'm going to try to get the cover done this week. So
Sweet.
Nice.
yeah, it's gonna,
Looking forward to it, Angel.
Wait.
huh?
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, but thank you. Yes, it's going to be more like an occult kind of fiction. It mixes killer rats with religions, with religion, with like a Dungeondan. You would tell me Santeria and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's going to be
Nice.
it's going to be more like it's going to take place in Puerto Rico where I live right here. So it's definitely going to be more of a personal connection to the book, which I'm sure you guys will enjoy more than my other stuff, than my epics. But I will be getting back to look at my epics very soon after this one. This was like a experimental story because I was kind of getting burned out with my writing, so I had to freshen things up a little bit. And this is this is going to be a fun story. I promise you guys. So,
Dude,
Yeah.
it really, it's come out very, very well, man. You definitely showed you've still got the chops to get out there and hit some horror, bro. You absolutely still can do that, no question.
and,
All right.
I did add some good scenes for you, Dungeondan. Although creepy, gory scenes that you
Awesome.
just.
I'm looking forward to
Yep.
it.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a trigger warning if you can't stand Santeria and all these fringe religions, you might not want to read. I kind of get deep into it.
All
I wanna
right,
read
moving
it.
on.
Practice it though. I don't practice it, so don't worry. I don't practice it. I just know about it.
Now he's got it
Uh-huh.
mastered. He don't have to practice it.
It's what they all say.
We already
Moving
have-
on down the line, Mr. Richard Ryan Rose. Tell everybody what's up with you, man.
All right. Well, I've got Wild Eyed Southern Boys, Dead Cold War. The third installment of the Wild Eyed Southern Boys series is out and available now on Kindle and paperback. And I've got all the sound files, just sending some feedback, waiting on some revisions. So we'll hopefully see the audiobook come available by next week.
Awesome series,
Fantastic.
man. Awesome books. They're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So you can find me on my newly redesigned website, richardrrose.com. Come check it out. Revamp the website totally. You go to my store to satisfy all your Wild Eyed Southern Boys needs. And you can find me on Facebook and Amazon, and Goodreads, and all those other wonderful places.
Sweet.
Nice.
Now, any updates on getting the new covers on t-shirts?
Plan to do that. I've got Texas AuthorCon coming up next month, and hopefully I'll have some available by then.
Sweet.
But I will have them available on my store probably within the next, probably by next week. I'll have all the new cover art available for t-shirts in my store by next week.
Great. That's awesome. All right, Dungeondan, we know you ain't got anything out just yet, but you are working on
Except
stuff.
his
So how's that all
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you, I've got projects all over the place.
everywhere?
Incomplete. But you can find me on the Real 9 Horror Group. Find me on the podcast, Book Asylum, obviously, Two Stone Bastards, Padded Room, and usually Dumpster Behind Walmart.
That's where I found him.
Yep.
Don't
All
ask
right.
what he's doing back there.
Oh, no.
Just
And we
bring
get the visual.
$10. Just bring $10.
That's
You'll be
it.
okay.
Me and my cheap vodka and crying the whole
I-
time. I don't know what I'm doing.
After I moved away from San Antonio.
Mm-mm.
It was lonely these last few months when Pat was up here and I was down there. Thanks a lot, Dan.
You really helped him out.
Yep.
I feel the rejection coming
Yep.
through the screen.
It's terrible. All right. I love you guys. I swear I do. Kill every one of you. All right. So Anthony, my man, you've not just got the whole I'm about to drop a comic book. You've got some other stuff going on, my brother. Break it down for us.
Well, everybody can find me at dmwcomics.com. I have every link that I'm attached to on there. If you go to my social link, little tab up there, you can find it. I got my Kickstarter is very soon going to be dropping. It's the first comic book by DMW Comics, Bad Wabbit. I am going to have all kinds of really awesome stuff on there. I'm getting 3D models that are going to be very exclusive. You won't be able to get them anywhere else.
And they're not little, right?
No, they're not little. They're not like little tabletop models. These are like 8.5, 9 inches tall. And just today I found somebody that's going to probably be able to paint them. So they'll actually be nice and painted and looking really awesome. If you ever been in a comic book store and you walk in, you see all those models in the front where they have all the cool little, Gokus and Hulks and stuff. It's going to be like that. So hopefully. And I got plushies of Toxic Pig, which is another character you guys know of my comic book. I'm going to get plushies made of that. T-shirts, hoodies. It's all coming out, man. It's going to be awesome. And going to drop it hopefully by the end of next week or the week after. I'm going to be doing I'm planning on doing a couple lives with Chris Philbrook to discuss it before we go live with it and just kind of build a little bit more of a following. But it is what it is. And I'm excited, man. I read the book. I've got it.
It should be.
Man, it's been a long road, man. It's, 3 years starting with severe heart failure up to this point. And it's an amazing feeling, man, knowing that we worked so hard and now we're here,
Hell yeah.
I read the book like 20 times yesterday, and I just was like, every time I'm like, dude, this is great. I can't wait to the next one.
And then you remind yourself,
Hell yeah.
crap, I'm the one that's got to write the next one.
Well, the next one's already written. It just needs to be edited. I'm probably going to be going back before I send it to get edited and just kind of like touch it up, fix it a little bit, make sure it flows well. And then I'm sending it. I'm probably going to have Chris do it again. And it'll be really cool, man.
He's a damn good one to have edit for you. I'll tell you that
DMW
much.
Comics, man, dmwcomics.com. Go check it out. Follow the link to the Kickstarter and follow the Kickstarter.
Exactamundo. Well, that brings us to you, Mr. Bonner. Thank you again so much for coming on. And
Yes, sir. Thank you.
really, dude, thank you so much for this. This is another shining example of how cool this freaking community is. I mean, just some wonderful people. Yeah, there's a few bad eggs out there, but trust me, there's a lot more good than bad. A lot more. And this guy right here is one of them. So, Chris, break it down for us, man. Where can everybody find you? What you got going on? And see you on the other side.
All right. Thanks for having me. Again, my pleasure. You can find me on cmbonner.com. You can order my novel, Bazamel, in hardback or paperback from there, or you could go on amazon.com. I have a few things in the work. Not sure when my next novel will be releasing, but I'm working on a few things. I'm kind of all over the place. So I'll keep posts there on cmbonner.com. Thank you guys for having me. I had a great time.
Awesome, man. And hopefully when you get ready to release your next one, there'll be a spot here for you, man. Always.
Definitely.
Yeah,
You were a great guest, man. You were a great guest, man. And I mean, this is why we love doing this, because you're just another person that we get to add to that old TBR. Just like
Yes.
keep them coming. Yes, that was
I got a bunch of stuff for mine too, so I'm gonna be checking out. I want to check out all that stuff.
Oh, without a doubt. And man, Wild Out Southern Boys. If the first book, you got Sasquatch, you got zombies.
It's
I mean,
great.
come on.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with that.
Both genres, Sasquatches and zombies. What more could you ask for?
It was a fantastic book.
I got a couple suggestions, but not for now.
Oh, thinking private chat on that.
Oh,
Well,
damn.
Everybody, we have come to the end of another fantastic episode of the Book Asylum podcast. I'm Jack Childress. That's Jenn Folk, Dungeondan Uebel, Richard Ryan Rose, Scott Adkins, my liege, Angelus Maximus, Anthony Castro, and our guest this week, Chris Bonner. We will see you guys back here at the same time next week with author J.F. Holmes. Looking forward to that one. See you guys then. Till then, peace out.
Bye.
Take it easy, guys.